We got black people in power, but they don't have powers. We got black people with money. We have black people with money that we think are giants, but in the company of their white counterparts, they are midgets. Now, if we want to get where we want to go, we can't focus on the house that has rejected us and our fathers for 400 years. We have to now focus on ourselves. Now follow this and I'm out of here. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, our unity is more powerful than an atomic or hydrogen bomb. That's the one thing we have never tried. We've kneeled in, crawled in, prayed in, lied in, slept in, but still we are out. If you want to get what you want, we gotta start with a contract with us. A contract, a covenant with us. We in leadership make a covenant with your people that you will never sell them out. We as
What's up, my beautiful family? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm called Irene Soita. Kindly, if you are new on this channel, subscribe. Make sure you become a member to this beautiful channel. And if you haven't been subscribed, I'm just saying subscribe and put on the notification button so that you get notified wherever I post a video. Can't you see where I'm standing? It's beautiful. You can see bananas, you can see, I know you're seeing bananas, you're seeing maize, they're growing, they're coming out so perfectly. Guys, that is an avocado. Guys, you can see where I'm standing right now. These are avocados. They put on fruits, and I can tell you indeed, just as how we're gonna be talking about this video, indeed Africa is beautiful, and you can see sugarcane all over here. Sugarcane, bananas, we have chinduli. Chinduli's date has put on the fruits. Guys, welcome back. And as I told you, we are gonna be reacting to this video that I've come across about Louis Farrakhan. He's a 91-year-old right now. He's 91-year-old right now, guys. And this man, as a leader of the Muslim and the leader of the National Black Organization, and as a person who has been trying to bring unity in Africa, and he has been on the forefront trying to bring Africans, Black American, you know, together to tell them that, guys, you are not supposed to forget about where you come from. So he's an American, Black American, but he's that man who has never forgotten about where he came from, and he has been fighting for the people, for the black people, wherever the black blood sport. You know, if you are a black, and it doesn't matter where you are, he has been there trying to fight for you people, has been trying to fight for us. And today we are just gonna listen to him and see what he has to say to us, you know, to my black sisters and brothers. This man has really fought for us, and we give him the credits, you know. And so let us watch this video and listen to it, and listen to it carefully.
President Bush, bless his heart, is worried about weapons of mass destruction. No dark nation should have a weapon of mass destruction. They have a fear. France got it, England got it, I think Germany may have something, South Africa has it, Israel has it. These are the former, some of them, the former colonial masters. They have the right to have it, but don't give it to a darker power. We're worried about China has it. India has it. Lord have mercy. Pakistan got it. Korea was the axis of evil. Now Korea said, well, we got it. All of a sudden they fell off the screen. It's now Iran and Iraq. Well, if they are so afraid of weapons of mass destruction, my teacher, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, said, our unity is more powerful than an atomic or hydrogen bomb. That's the one thing we have never tried. We've kneeled in, crawled in, prayed in, lied in, slept in, but still we are out. If you want to get what you want, we got to start with a contract with us. A contract, a covenant with us. We in leadership make a covenant with your people that you will never sell them out. We as leaders, listen. We as leaders, so-called, must make a covenant with our people that nothing is more important than the salvation of a people who are now on a death march. While we're singing and dancing and popping our finger and shaking our backside to the world, we are on a death march into ovens, but not the same oven called Auschwitz. But it is a destruction coming to our people through bad health care, no health insurance, HIV, AIDS, drive-by shootings, gang conflict, crack cocaine. We are now become the enemy of ourselves. So we have to make a covenant. And in closing, in my conclusion, oh yes, I'm a Baptist preacher now. In my conclusion, in the 37th chapter of Ezekiel, there were some dry bones that were in a valley. And the bones were talking to one another. They were having a conversation about a contract. And as they were having this contract, some of the bones said, our hope is lost. Our bones are dried. We are cut off from our pot. There's some that are watching by television and some in this audience that think that we will never come together, that we will never make the right covenant or contract. I say to you, go back and read your scripture. Because when the Son of Man was set down in that valley that was full of bones, he spoke to those bones and the bones shook and the bones rattled. But they never stood up. So he went back to his sender and he said, Lord, I have spoken to the bones. And nobody has spoken to the bones like black leaders and black preachers. Nobody speaks to the bones like a Reverend Jackson or a T.D. Jakes or Bishop Long or Bishop Patterson or Cornel West and those of us that preach, Reverend Sharpton. The bones always listen. The bones shake. The bones rattle, but they never get up and they never do what they're supposed to do. So one generation dies and another generation is born and we continue to run the same game. So the Son of Man went back to his sin and said, I've been talking. The bones been shaken, but there's still no life in them. He said, well, don't talk to the bones no more. Prophesy to the winds and let the winds blow on these bones. See, Bush is a wind. Your rejection at the table is a wind. My brother's going to dinner in the White House and can't come away with what is in the best interest of all our people. Jesse running twice, but still couldn't come away with what our people need. All of this is a farce. If we don't make up our minds today to make this contract, this covenant today, not with us and the Democratic Party, to hell with the Democrats. Having listened carefully to all of my wonderful brothers and sisters, I recognize that the thing that is missing is not the genius that is present or the genius that is absent. But the thing that is missing is the unity of us as a people. My beloved brother, Mr. Frazier, articulated some magnificent economic truths that can be realized fully by the unity of us as a people. My sister talked about education and health issues. We cannot any longer depend on a benevolent white person in office to look out for our needs. That responsibility is ours. Now, whether my brother, Bishop Eddie Long, can visit the White House and speak on behalf of us, or whether the Reverend Jackson can visit the White House and speak on behalf of us, or any of us.
They haven't invited me, Mr. They haven't invited me.
Oh, well, you're on your way though, brother, for sure. When you can assemble us like this, you are a very important man. The few points that I want to make is based on what I heard. My sister with the union, she wants to be at the right table at the right time to talk about the right issues where workers are concerned. Everyone at this table, my dear sister, talked about policy and community. Reverend Lowry and Reverend Sharpton brilliantly defined for us really the crux of the matter. Here's what I see. Respectfully, Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. But power won't even concede to a demand if the demand is coming from a weak constituency that looks like they've lost their testicular fortitude. Careful now. Careful. I'm a Baptist preacher too. But listen, family, listen. The generational gap is serious. But it's written of in Scripture. When Moses gathered the people in the wilderness, he spied the promised land. But there were some giants in the promised land. And the people were asked, go in, we're with you. They said, wait a minute, God. We would go, but the giants are there. They had no faith that they could take the land from the giants. So what did God say? Okay, you wander in the wilderness till you die out, and I will take your children and they will inhabit the promised land. Martin Luther King said, I've been to the mountaintop. I have seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but we as a people will get there when we separate from a pharaohic idea of mental slavery. Our children, listen, our children cannot eat at the table of illusion and hypocrisy. Most of us who have access, who have wealth, who have quote unquote positions, we are like mannequins in the shopping mall of democracy. When you go to the shopping mall, you see the mannequin. The mannequin is dressed in what you would like to buy. The mannequin can't talk. The mannequin can't walk. We got black people in power, but they don't have power. We got black people with money. We have black people with money that we think are giants, but in the company of their white counterparts, they are midgets. Now, if we want to get where we want to go, we can't focus on the house that has rejected us and our fathers for 400 years. We have to now focus on ourselves. Now follow this and I'm out of here. Follow this.
So guys, I'm grateful and I'm sure you've been able to watch the video about Louis Farrakhan, what he has said. Like, it makes sense. Literally, we black people we people of black origin, the people of who come from Africa, like African countries, like a country. Africa is not only a country, it's a continent, and it has so many countries in it, you understand? And we have this, we are lucky to have this one person, Louis Farrakhan, who has come out immensely, fighting for us, fighting for what we have, because he believes that we have a lot. And indeed, Africa is really blessed. We have so many resources here in Africa. We have petrol, we have gold, we have diamonds, we have everything that could just make Africa rich, you understand? And we have heard him saying, like, Africans, we have people in power here in Africa, but they are powerless because we have still believed in our colonizers. We have allowed our colonizers still to live in our countries, to still continue colonizing us. We say we are independent and yet we are not independent. We say we are united and yet we are not united. Like, we used to ask ourselves, why do we need visas to just transverse Africa countries? We are Africans. Why should we need visas to transverse around Africa? You understand? It means that we lack trust and we do not have the unity, you know, because if African countries and African leaders and African people will come together, we will not have such a things like visas to go to South Africa, to go to Burkina Faso, to go to Botswana. We will just have one currency, like a dollar in America, you understand? And this person, Louis, is coming out to tell Africans to unite. He's encouraging us on the fact of unity. He's telling us, he's calling us to unite. We have the money in Africa, but that money is not within us people. This money, our leaders take the money to go and stash. Most of the money in our countries is stashed outside there. It's not within us. We are not enjoying it as the black people of African origin. So he's calling upon us African to African people to enjoy what God had for us. He's calling for us, like in the Bible, they tell us, love your neighbor as you love yourself. He's telling us Africans to love each other. We should stop. He's telling us Africans to stop being puppets of our colonizers. You understand? We were taken, black people were taken to America, to these countries. They used black people to acquire what they have right now. They know black people are very energetic. They're very strong people. They are very, very strong people. And you see right now, because of that, we have made their countries to be what they are right now. Now, the only good opportunities they give to their own people. But when you see, when it comes to our black people who have made their countries look stable the way it is right now, they cannot even enjoy these fruits. They cannot be given the good opportunities if good opportunities came around. You understand? They give their kids, they give their fellows, they give their friends. The good things are given to their friends, they're given to their relatives. But when you are a black person, you aren't going to get what is good, what is first class. You will always get the fourth class, fifth class. So Louis is telling us to come together where you are. If you are a black person, he's calling upon you. He's telling you, like, we need to embrace ourselves because we are on our own. We have seen what has happened in Burkina Faso since Ibrahim Traore came to power. It has become a threat to most people, like to the Western countries. You have seen what has happened between Burkina Faso and France. You know, when Traore tried to disown the France military, it has brought so many things. We have seen the secret being revealed. We are being told even there was a plan to assassinate Ibrahim Traore. You understand? Because they don't want to see Africa yielding. They don't want to see any African country making it. They want it to be like it is them who are making a such country to develop. Even Traore had to dismiss all the French military. He had to send away all the French militaries. He has to drop French. He wants now what is Burkina Faso. He wants now what is Burkina Faso. Anything to do with Burkina Faso, it has to be Burkina Faso. And it's a challenge. It has brought a lot of cold in so many African countries who still bow down to white colonizers. You know, it has sent cold chills to these countries, and they're feeling like, why they feel like now the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, is unmasking them, because some of the black African leaders are still the puppets of our colonizers, are still living under the mercies of white colonizers. They don't believe that they can do because they've instilled that fear inferiority complex in them. They still believe that, oh, we cannot do without these white colonizers. We cannot do without these Western countries. We depend on them and blah, blah, blah. And that's why you see African countries still derailing behind. You understand? You see them leaders stashing their country's money outside. You see them allowing these big people, these rich people coming to Africa to just buy diamonds, these natural resources from our countries, and they allow it to do that, to take all the natural resources from their country, not knowing that our people in these countries are supposed to be they're the ones who are supposed to be enjoying. You understand? And if you listen carefully to what Louis Farrakhan has said, guys, Africa and black people, like black African people, we are going far. We have to put an end on it and just say, like, we unify, we become one thing, and I know we are going to be a very, very great continent. People have been saying, oh, Africa is a country. If we would have allowed Africa to be one as the United States of America or United Arab Emirates, then we should be using one coin. You understand? If it's a shilling, like the way we use it in South Africa. But we have not united. These leaders have not united us. and that's why you see Africa not developing. You have seen how people have embarrassed black Africans in even in open, like even the Pope, the late Pope, you saw him, what he did to our archbishops when he met them. He will go on kissing the white archbishops on the cheeks and on a forehead, but when it was a turn to a black to kiss the black archbishop, he couldn't. He could not even imagine kissing a black person. Like, we are human beings, we are all human beings, we need to be treated equally. But why are you choosing not to kiss me? Why? And we are in the same, like, we are in the same room. We just like the other archbishops, you know. So we've been humiliated in public severally, you understand. We want to be impressed even in public, you understand. We want to be impressed even in public, not try to humiliate us in public, then you coming to impress us in private. That's not okay. So guys, we've been listening to Louis Farrakhan, and whatever he has told us, let us embrace love, let us embrace unity, and we are going to take our continent to far away. I'm called Irene, so eater, and kindly if you are coming across this video, kindly subscribe to this channel, put on the notification button so that you get notified wherever I post a video. This is where I live, the village of I'm in Bungoma County, the county in Kenya, county number 039 in Kenya. You can see we have been receiving a lot of rains, and now we have planted maize, though not mine, it's my neighbor's maize. I'm standing in here, I like it, I get the light. Yeah, so guys, keep on supporting this channel by joining my membership, and also commenting and liking. Tell me where you're watching from, I'll be very grateful. So when you watch, you know, I get a lot of views, then you know we are hustling, and I get even to support my channel by buying what I need, the cameras, GoPro, even the stand, you understand. So I'm just here doing this content to make sure that I also support myself, as I show you the beauty of Africa. This is what we talk about when we say Africa. Chinduli, it has put on flowers, so the flowers are gonna turn to fruits. Yeah, and where I'm here, you can see sugarcane there. Today we were expecting rains, but it did not happen. We can see the cassavas, bananas, avocados. These are maize, you know, these are maize. You can see a lot of bananas here, a lot of bananas, guys, a lot of bananas. Yeah, so guys, the weather here is so favorable. If you have land, you plant maize, you have crops, so that your kids or your family don't go hungry, you understand. So this is the village, it's called Ndivisi village. Yeah, so here you don't expect much. This is what we're having here in Ndivisi. This is someone's land. I think the maize are not together. Maybe he chose this way, or he did not have a lot of seeds, you know. They have skipped a lot. There should be very green. I'm gonna show you this one, then there's another farm there that I'll be showing you, so that you compare. Yeah, and this person chose to plant a lot of bananas. He has a lot of bananas because these bananas he can sell them, you know, when they've grown. He can sell them whether ripe or green, you understand. And this is pumpkin leaves here. This is pumpkin leaves. We have cassavas, we have napier grass. So he's selling this napier grass to people who have cows and they don't have places to graze their animals. These are napier grass, you can see here, napier grass. This one is sweet potatoes. Like this person has made sure that she has a variety of crops in her land. This is I saw a lady passing by my window with napier grass. This one is napier grass. So you can see what I was telling you, this maize has skipped a lot, you know, it's not together. What I know, maize has to be together. And this one is called sisal. This is a sisal. The sisal how do I do it? This sisal, one day I'll make a video about this sisal. This one is sisal. So the sisal in here, it's used to make boundary for land, especially land. So this is a boundary on itself. You can see this is also a boundary here, so you cannot go the other side. This means that this is on the boundary. So while I was telling you about this maize, look at this maize. It's very together, you understand, and it's very black. It's perfect. You can see this maize. This is perfect. This one, it has to be like this, you know, with the beans. You can see it has to be like this. Yeah, so guys, this is what I was talking about. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for joining my membership. Join my membership, guys. Please watch till the end. I'm called Irene Soita. It's from me to you. Bye bye.